we're starting this series of what does it mean to give from the heart? And we'll be reflecting on this and meditating upon this for the next month and receiving service from our fellow ministers for the next month. So we're very excited. There's all kinds of giving starting to happen around us. We're preparing for Thanksgiving. We are preparing for like Hanukkah, where some small gifts are given. Christmas, people like to give gifts for Christmas. And it's a season for giving. So today we would like to share that giving from the heart is something that's done with faith. Faith is the backbone for giving. We are asked to choose faith over fear. No matter what may be occurring around us, we stand in faith. And no matter what obstacles may appear or distractions that pull us out of our faith, we refocus in that faith. And this is where we give from. We also, this is related to pure intent. By becoming perfectly present and detached from that which we're giving, we're also able to look and see what is causing us to the desire to give. This desire to give is to be meditated upon. Are we giving it for payback? Or are we giving it from this place of faith and love? And as we come upon this season, one of the areas we would like to focus on is how do we give to ourselves? We always hear that you must, like, physician, heal thyself before you can go out and heal others. And this is the same principle here during this time of giving. And we are asked to see what we give ourselves, consciously, subconsciously. So here's where the practices and the awareness, the presence come in. Before we even start to think about what we can do for others or for the community or what we can give, and we're not saying not to do this, or we're not saying wait, because these things can be done simultaneously. We're just asking for that perfect awareness when the time comes to give. We are constantly giving to ourselves. So the opposite of giving would be um, like stinginess, or uh, the opposite of generosity, greed. And then also, we're giving to ourselves, but what kind of gifts are we giving ourselves? Just like a present. Some presents come with strings attached. Some people give a dirty look or the middle finger. I mean, it's still giving. As an example, giving out to others. So we can start right here by purifying what we give to ourselves. Are we in a place that we can give love to ourselves? Do we give love to ourselves? Do we give love to ourselves unconditionally? Or does our love have conditions? Like a condition would be something like, if you finish your homework, then you can have a cookie. Okay. Something like that. If you complete this project, then you can really love yourself. If you buy this car, then you can love yourself. So what conditions do we put on our own selves to receive these gifts? And we can even say that these gifts are not just from the little ego, and that's maybe this is to help us. These gifts come from our higher self, and from our creator, and from our angels, and from this universal energy and spirit. The sparrow, like they say, the bird doesn't worry where the next meal is coming from. The gifts are there. So if it's hard to see these gifts coming from yourself, you can see it coming from the higher self, your intuitive, creator, your higher power, whatever language you would like to use. Because this is our birthright. But do we accept the gift of love? Can we apply that unconditional love to ourselves when we make a mistake? When we lose control? We can give ourselves that love, unconditional love. Am I coming from a place of unconditional love? Or if I give this gift, then I can love myself, because I will see myself as a better person, as a more generous person. This is not giving from the heart. The heart is the unification of the higher and lower realities. And it's okay. It's just to recognize and realize, where is this gift coming from? And again, before we give out those gifts, start here. Unconditional love for ourselves. And unconditional love doesn't mean that you don't work with the energy. We're still working with the energy. It's still a relationship. we still have to be aware and pay attention to what we're doing. But it's from love, it's from an unconditional love for our being, for our life, for our essence of who we are. We also can look at the other gifts we can give ourselves before we go out and start giving. Can we give ourselves patience? Can we give ourselves that time to reflect without feeling guilty, without feeling like we're wasting time, without feeling like we should be out doing something else? Again, if we make a mistake, can we have patience with ourselves? True patience. The gift of patience. We can give ourselves understanding. Understanding where we're coming from. Understanding that we're growing. Just like a child, growing and maturing. We can give ourselves the berating energy or the beating ourselves up, or we can give ourselves the understanding, the time, the love, the healing that we need. This is all done from a place of faith. Fear dominates so much. I mean, not for everybody, and everybody has different things that they fear and don't fear. Your fear could be that you're going to lose time or run out of time. Fear of death. So you have to do things now. Fear of poverty. Fear of not being able to have money for food. Fear of not being able to pay the bills. A fear of not being able to buy gifts, all the gifts that you would like to give. We go within and we purify this area, the heart area, with pure intent. We can see and heal those fears. And healing those fears and clearing those fears is a gift that you give to yourself, and it's a gift that emanates out into the world. That we can be creative. We don't have to be in survival mode. We can be spiritual. We can focus on God, the Creator, our spirituality. And let this frame this holiday season that we're coming into. This frame of, and I'm not sure which part of the Bible it is right now, but they were talking about how some people were giving the money from their wealth, and one lady gave her last 2 cents, and it's where is it coming from? And it's not saying to, I mean, it's where is it coming from in our heart. and for ourselves, and to give it up. Give up the fear. Give up the doubt, the self-doubt. Give up the doubt in others. And really see ourselves as this human family, very quirky. We have all of our quirks, all of our personal struggles. That we can conquer with faith and love and forgiving, for self-forgiveness and understanding, giving ourselves patience, time, love, so that we can move forward and change and transmute the energy that comes around us and within us. So this is our message for this November 11th, to go within and before you take any action, I mean, it is taking an action, but just realize what we're giving ourselves. Are we giving ourselves a bad time, a guilt trip, an emotional pat on the back, a cookie? So, first, what are we really giving ourselves? Because if we're giving it to ourselves, it's definitely coming out of us. And that's what we're giving to those around us, whether we realize it or not. So to first really recognize where we're at, then start to accept these gifts and generate these gifts. They say faith is a gift. We can accept the gift of this faith that burns away all the fear, clears the fear, and helps us to become more joyful, more giving. And well, maybe we already are very giving, but what are we giving? So, what are we giving to each other and to ourselves? We can give more love, more unconditional love, more patience, more joy. So this is a very beautiful time, and we are so thankful for all of the participants at the Spirit of the Lotus and all those supporters that may or may not watch Sunday service. We are truly grateful for the support and love and that we're given and that we receive. So thank you for all of your support, and please prepare for a deep level meditation.